Last month, the Historic Arena Championship was dominated by Boros Energy.
Wow, what a combination of draws, back to back.
The perfect draws for Wouter. Marcus knows what's up, says, good game. Getting past the Sun Cleanser, and Wouter Noche is going to be your champion.
Leading to some well-deserved nerfs. In this video, I break down the top 7 best decks to conquer the Historic meta.
Victory!
Mardu's Sacrifice is a synergistic deck that focuses on sacrificing creatures for value and dealing incremental damage to opponents. The deck leverages cards like Goblin Bombardment and Marionette Apprentice to turn creature sacrifices into direct damage, while Unlucky Witness and Deadly Dispute generate card advantage. Bajani and Amped Raptor provide powerful synergy with sacrifice effects, while Claim the Firstborn allows you to steal and sacrifice opponents' creatures. The deck utilizes strong sacrifice synergies to gain an advantage, but the deck is vulnerable to targeted hate and stabilizing strategies. Mardu's Sacrifice excels at leveraging creature sacrifice to generate value and deal consistent damage, making it a top choice for Historic. Rule Shifting Woodlands is a combo deck that aims to quickly fill the graveyard with powerful cards like Omniscience and then use Shifting Woodland to copy them into play. The deck leverages cards like Malevolent Rumble and Fable of the Mirror Breaker to mill or discard Omniscience from your hand or deck. Once Shifting Woodland has copied Omniscience, you can cast your spells for free, setting up your combo. Griselbrand is included as a one-of late-game option, retrievable with Traverse the Elvenwall, alongside the One Ring to help you dig for Khan the Great Creator. Once you've cast Khan, he fetches Ancestral Statue from your sideboard, which you can then cast an infinite number of times by bouncing itself back to your hand, or at least as many times as the rope will let you. Then you bounce Khan back to your hand and you replay him to fetch Aetherflux Reservoir and cast it. Then you play any other card to gain a massive amount of life and then activate its ability to deal lethal damage to your opponent. The deck is very efficient at setting up the combo and using Khan as a B plan when needed, but it's incredibly vulnerable to graveyard hate, so you need to be careful. Rule Shifting Woodlands excels at executing a game-winning combo using Omniscience and Khan, making it a strong choice for players who enjoy intricate combo strategies in Historic. If you need tokens for one of your decks, check out my Etsy store. I offer international shipping and links can be found in the description down below. Anyone who purchases them is greatly supporting this channel. Rakdos Viper is an artifact-focused deck that excels at flooding the board with tokens, using cards like Kadolfa Rebirth and Gleeful Demolition. These tokens not only enable sacrifice outlets like Goblin Bombardment, but also enable Rottenmouth Viper, allowing you to drain life effectively. Only Cult Anvil and Goblin Bombardment provide consistent sacrifice options, while Marionette Apprentice amplifies the damage output when artifacts or creatures leave the battlefield. The deck's great at flooding the board and utilising synergistic outlets, but it does rely on resolving and sustaining one of the outlets. Rakdos Viper thrives on flooding the board with tokens and leveraging sacrifice to deliver lethal damage over time. At first glance, this deck resembles a traditional food mid-range strategy, utilising the classic synergy between Cauldron Familiar and Witch's Oven to steadily drain your opponent's life total. However, with the addition of Igra from Bloomburrow, the deck gains access to a powerful new infinite combo. When you have Igra and 2 Cauldron Familiars on the battlefield, they become food in addition to their other types, meaning you can sacrifice the cats to each other, allowing the familiars to repeatedly return and drain your opponent infinitely, securing an instant victory. Supporting this combo are cards like Trail of Crumbs and Gilded Goose, which generate additional food tokens and provide card advantage. Removal spells such as Fatal Push and Planeswalkers like Liliana of the Veil help to control the board, ensuring you have time and space to assemble your game-winning combo. The deck is a value-packed mid-range deck with a great combo finisher, but it is vulnerable to graveyard and artifact hate, slowing or stopping the deck. Golgari Igra Food combines classic food strategies with a powerful new combo, offering a versatile and explosive option for Historic players. Selesnya Devotion is a powerful ramp deck that utilizes Nykthos to generate massive amounts of mana, enabling explosive plays. The deck centers around building Devotion with green cards like Cavalier of Thorns and Fanatic of Ronus, which help fuel your mana engine. Storm the Festival allows allows you to dig deep and put multiple permanents onto the battlefield, accelerating your game plan. Khan the Great Creator plays a pivotal role by fetching powerful artifacts from your sideboard like Akroma's Memorial or the One Ring. Though these artifacts are usually enough to close the game out, sometimes you need to use the powerful infinite combo, which works like this. With 2 Kioras and 2 Khans, one of each in the graveyard and one of each on the battlefield, you can create an infinite loop using Restorative Burst to generate infinite mana and life, where eventually you use the front side of the card, Pestilent Cauldron, to mill your opponent out completely. But in order to execute this, you will need a black mana source from somewhere, which means this combo is only doable on occasion, but it's definitely worth noting as sometimes it does come up. The deck's amazing at generating loads of mana and having access to a toolbox main deck, but it relies on Devotion for Nykthos, making it vulnerable to board wipes. Selesnya Devotion excels at generating huge mana and overwhelming opponents with powerful game-changing plays, including an infinite combo that can mill your opponent out for the win. Last month, less than 1% of you were subscribed. This month, I want to get it up to 2.5%, so show your support for the channel by clicking subscribe down below. Mono Blue Eldrazi is a mid-range deck that leverages the raw power of Eldrazi creatures. The deck's core strategy revolves around casting massive Eldrazi threats like Emrakul the World Anew, while using cards like It That Heralds the End to accelerate your mana and enable these bigger threats faster. Thought-Knot Seer adds disruption by attacking your opponent's hand, while Kozilek's Command clearing the way for your Eldrazi to dominate the game, whilst Ugin the Spirit Dragon serves as a powerful board wipe and game finisher. It's also worth noting that cards like Syphilid Colosseum helps to cheat out Emrakul just that little bit quicker. The deck is great at stalling the game long enough to play large Eldrazi, but the deck struggles against fast decks because it relies on high cost spells. Mono Blue Eldrazi combines the power of Eldrazi with unique disruptive elements, making it a formidable mid-range deck in Historic. Golgari Yawgmoth is a combo-oriented deck that revolves around Yawgmoth to generate card advantage and control the board. The primary combo involves Yawgmoth and 2 young wolves. You sacrifice one wolf to draw a card, bringing it back with a +1/+1 counter. Then sacrifice the other wolf to place a -1/-1 counter on the first wolf, removing the +1/+1 counter. This loop can be repeated infinitely, but since you lose 1 life with each activation, you'll need cards like Prosperous Innkeeper to gain life back, or Marionette Apprentice to drain your opponent each time. Alternatively, the combo also works with 1 young wolf and Hapatra, because you can use the snake tokens generated to continue the loop. Birthing Ritual and Chord of Calling help to tutor and assemble these combo pieces quickly, while Prosperous Innkeeper and Kami of Mourning provide life gain and additional value. The deck is great at executing the combo with lots of ways to dig for pieces, but can be vulnerable to graveyard hate, exile effects, and of course, not being able to resolve Yawgmoth. Golgari Yawgmoth excels at leveraging sacrifice mechanics to control the board and execute powerful combos, making it a strong choice for Historic players who enjoy intricate strategies. Let me know in the comments which deck you're going to pick up, and if you like the standard format, check out this video.